Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Chalk Talk, a show that highlights the great happenings in our school system. I'm Melody Swang. Today's show is a special one. We're highlighting our parish, regional, and state award-winning teachers and principals of the year. These 6 dedicated educators have represented our district well, and we want to share with you what's so special about each of them. But first, let's head over to St. Tammany Parish Fair, where Superintendent Trey Folse reigned as Grand Marshal over the festivities. This annual event began with a parade led by Superintendent Folse that ended up at the fairgrounds to officially kick off the fair. St. Tammany Parish Public Schools Superintendent Trey Folse led the way as Grand Marshal for the 104th St. Tammany Parish Fair. Flanked by marching bands from Covington High, Slidell High, and Lakeshore High, the parade made its way through the streets of downtown Covington while Mr. Folse threw plastic cups to the crowds.
Every year the Fair Association picks a Grand Marshal and someone to dedicate it to. We look for somebody that promotes us throughout this parish. From education right on through, and that's something that Mr. Trey has done. I mean, he's promoted us through education and throughout parish, and he's been a friend of the St. Tammany Parish Fair, and we appreciate it, and we wanted to show him that we did appreciate his help and what he's doing to promote the fair.
With him being the Grand Marshal of the parade this year, I think it's quite a testimony to Mr. Folse and to his Community Connections theme that was last year and this year together with, for success.
It was fun. We threw a ton of cups and saw a lot of people, and that was the most fun part. And a lot of students and a lot of them calling your name, so that was nice. So we had a good time.
The annual parish-wide event offers fairgoers everything from midway rides, games, food, livestock competitions, beauty queens, and school exhibits. Memories that Superintendent Folse recalls from his own childhood.
It's been going on a long time. It's a tradition for many years. When I was a student in school, we knew the importance of the fair and the fair day and everything. And then when you come here and see the people that have been coming for so many years and have so many stories to tell about it, you realize how important it is to continue.
And part of continuing that tradition is the school system's involvement in the fair, including the 4-H Club and FFA chapter's livestock projects. Guided by this year's fair theme, Exploring Nature in St. Tammany, public school students created colorful educational and informative exhibits that were on display for all parish fairgoers to enjoy.
You walk through the booths and we had 100% participation. The booths are really good, and then you see the little ones working with the older ones to show the cattle and the different things. So yeah, it's a perfect community connection.
It shows great participation with that, and it reflects the youth that's coming up in our parish.
Thank you all for being here.
Superintendent Folse also participated in opening ceremonies along with other dignitaries, each receiving the coveted Parish Fair poster designed by local artist Suzanne King. It was a great kickoff to a fun-filled weekend of activities and events, something that families have participated in for over 100 years. Tradition runs deep throughout all of the events at the fair. With its mission to promote community economic development and showcase local culture, as well as nurturing community responsibility and pride, it's no surprise that the fair harkens people back to earlier times.
Kind of brings everybody in St. Tammany back to their roots, and experience, some of the country that St. Tammany used to be known for.
And we're still basically doing the same thing. We were all agriculture. We're not that anymore. I mean, we all realize that we're not what we were, but we still can exhibit part of what we were at this fair, and we do that.
Melody Swang, Channel 13. Each year, the fair offers 55 school exhibit booths in the educational building that showcases a full range of student work. 4 grand prize winners were chosen and received cash prizes: Abney Elementary, Lancaster Elementary, Folsom Junior High, and Covington High. Congrats to all of the participating schools. Let's now travel throughout the parish to meet our award-winning educators who were honored recently at a school board meeting and reception. We'll start with the District's 3 Teachers of the Year, Christy Tangus of Mandeville Elementary, Laura Gerald, a teacher at St. Tammany Junior High, and Pearl River High School teacher Dion Shea. Channel 13 visited their classrooms and had this to say about these talented teachers.
All right, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys had a good weekend.
From an early age, Christy Tangus knew she wanted to be a teacher.
From when I was little, I just feel like this was what I was meant to do. Having my dad around, being a teacher, and he would bring home textbooks and grade books, and being the oldest, I would make my 4 younger siblings my students. It was just something that was just inside of me, that I knew that this was what I was going to do. It's just who I am. I am a teacher, inside and outside of the classroom.
A peek inside her classroom reveals that this educator is pushing her students to examine all possibilities in their learning and formulate answers based on real-world observations.
You're going to see lots of students talking to one another. You're going to see them critically thinking. They're true independent learners in there. They get to take their learning to the next level all on their own. They feel safe taking what they've learned and making it their own.
To get her young students to this phase of learning, this teacher must be committed to her work.
She was a gymnast in college, an elite athlete actually, so she has really taken that dedication and sense of pride into her classroom.
I think that from gymnastics, I've learned that there are things I can control and things I can't control, and that what I can control, I know that if I put all of my effort and give the best that I can, I'm going to get the results that I want to see.
Little wonder then that she was named the school district's Elementary Teacher of the Year.
It's hard for me to put into words because it's such an amazing honor, and there's so many other great teachers in this parish that it's just, it makes my heart feel really good. It makes me very proud.
As honored as she is to have the award, her principal knows where Mrs. Tangus' true passion for teaching comes from.
I would say Miss Tangus's biggest motivation is her love for the kids.
Tiger Edwards, Channel 13.
I asked if you could tell me the character's side of the story.
Influence is defined as the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something. Laura Gerald was influenced early on by her mother, a teacher who inspired her to become a teacher herself.
I think that seeing her as a teacher really influenced what kind of teacher I wanted to be. All of my sisters are teachers. It's in our blood.
Taking that family lineage with her, Laura first brought her love for instruction to Franklinton High School, where she taught English for a year in Washington Parish. But when the opportunity came up to teach in St. Tammany Parish, she knew she had to go.
I grew up here in this parish. I've always wanted to be a teacher in this parish, and I jumped at the opportunity when Mr. DiCarlo offered me the position.
She made such a great first impression on those teachers. They came to get me at the door and said, Mr. DiCarlo, you need to interview this woman. So I interviewed her, and I realized that there was something special about her.
In your literature section of your binder,
it did not take long for her to shine at her new school, becoming the Parish Junior High Teacher of the Year after only 1 year at St. Tammany Junior High.
Mr. DiCarlo came in, and he had a funny look on his face, and he said, Miss Gerald, I got to tell you something. And I said, what is it? He said, you made it. I said, what do you mean? I didn't even think that that was really going to happen. And he said, you were named Teacher of the Year, Junior High Teacher of the Year for this district. I couldn't believe it. I just about started to cry.
Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised, because she has the quality of being a Teacher of the Year.
Miss Gerald shared with us some of those qualities and why they make her so important to her students.
What I do for them is I treat them with just enough nurturing and love and respect that they respond really well to. And I also give them little life lessons along with the curriculum, and that seems to work for them, and they want to please me. And as a result, I have a good rapport with the kids, and it helps me do a lot more.
In 5 years from now, when you ask these students who's probably their most influential person, they're going to say Miss Gerald.
Great teachers like Miss Gerald know the importance of positive influence, and becoming St. Tammany Parish Junior High Teacher of the Year just might be the most influential achievement a teacher can contribute to her students. Rhett, Sharpe, Channel 13.
Anybody ready for me that I didn't get to check yesterday? Okay.
Deon Shea is a talented, energetic, and hands-on teacher who loves math.
I call my mind linear, and so it's definitely my subject. I love it. And if I can get them to have an appreciation for math the way that I do, then that too is very rewarding.
And it's through this love of math that Shea is able to take on the daunting task of teaching high school freshmen Algebra 1, which means not only teaching challenging concepts, but calming their fears about math as well.
When the freshmen come in, they're a little terrified themselves, but what I try to do with them is to let them know you can do this, make big deals out of the things that they are able to do.
She goes from bell to bell. When you go in her classroom, she'll use every minute. She uses groups. She does whatever needs to be done to get through to each of her students. She'll spend her lunchtime, her breakfast time.
My students know that I am here, before school, lunch, whenever they need me to sit down with them and help them. And because, they care, they want to do well, they will take advantage of that.
The time that she's willing to spend makes them feel more comfortable. There's somebody there to help them through, and I think that's how they feel about her, is she's their guide through one of the more difficult classes that they have here.
Difficulties and challenges aside, it's the opportunity to guide students towards a good foundation and understanding of Algebra 1 concepts that is so rewarding for this caring, dedicated, and talented Parish Teacher of the Year.
We call them light bulb moments, actually, in class, and it's usually a reaction of, the light bulb, I love the light bulb, and so no, that's what it's all about. And so when you get that, that's probably when you feel the most successful.
Melody Swang, Channel 13. Up next are the District's 3 Principals of the Year, Leslie Martin of Marigny Elementary, Little Oak Principal Amy DiCarlo, and Bruce Bundy, Principal at Mandeville High. Let's take a look at what makes these principals so special.
M-A-R-I-G-N-Y.
Parish Principal of the Year, Leslie Martin, knows just what to do to give her young students and their teachers the perfect start to a perfect day.
Oh, I love Marigny. We come together as a Marigny family to start our day together, to talk about what's going on in the world and our district and right here at home at our school. Every day is a great day when you get to greet everybody every morning like that, instead of everybody just rushing to the classrooms. So it's a special time. Stick. You got it right. Good.
This special time goes a long way in creating and maintaining a warm and nurturing environment for her very young students.
This is their first experience with what I would call big school. But I want to make sure that their introduction to school is happy and loving, and it's challenging. They're learning new things every day, and I think that was one of the goals when I was chosen, was to make sure that we created an environment here that was happy and loving, and it set the tone for the rest of their educational career.
And part of creating a unique learning environment for these young children is giving her teachers all the support they need.
She's the heart and soul of this school. She's the foundation. She had her priorities, her thoughts, her desires for what this school is. She laid it down, and she's got a great group of people that have the same philosophy as she does. We're all on the same page, which makes this job so much easier.
Thanks, Drew. Thanks for the attendance.
And that support starts at the front office.
I'm just blessed here at Marigny. I have an excellent staff, the front office, the assistant principal, and the RHT, Lauren and Amy. We work so close together, and I think we're a true team.
Leading in her positive and energetic way, creating a warm and nurturing environment for the students, and giving her teachers the strong support they need are all reasons why Leslie Martin is the Parish, Regional, and State Finalist Elementary Principal of the Year. Melody Swang, Channel 13.
Parish Middle School Principal of the Year Amy DiCarlo conveys a quiet confidence that she attributes to a mentor she worked with during her early days as a teacher in LaPlace.
I had an assistant principal by the name of Mr. Felton Collins. And the one thing that he taught me as the teacher was that regardless where they come from, what they bring to the table, never lower your expectations, and always remember you are the person who will make that difference in their lives.
Mr. Carlo, could you please come to the office? Mr.
Now the principal at Little Oak Middle, she understands her role as a leader and has established a work ethic that exceeds expectation.
I start off in the morning. I'm still doing bus duty outside. I'm the car line duty person.
She does lunch duty, all 3 lunch duties during the day. She takes care of teachers' classes if they have to leave.
It doesn't hurt to have a husband who knows how challenging the job can be.
Just having another person in the household as an administrator, that makes our evenings extremely interesting. And it's quite amazing. We're very fortunate neither one of us come home in a bad mood on the same day.
Mrs. DiCarlo is quick to point out, as all the great administrators do, that the students always come first.
They know how much I do genuinely care about them, and they know we're here for them.
She knows almost every name. She knows the stories behind the students, which is even more important as a principal.
Knowing about the students and knowing about her faculty have helped Mrs. DiCarlo along the way and helped her achieve success at a high level.
It's quite an amazing honor. You think about all of the outstanding people we work with, and I know I'm only as good as the people that I surround myself with.
She's a true educator, a true administrator, and she looks out for Little Oak, and Little Oak is like one of her children.
And Mrs. DiCarlo makes sure that Little Oak, its faculty, staff, and students are truly one big family. Rhett, Sharpe, Channel 13.
In Mandeville, Bruce Bundy is the one true skipper of the ship, the SS Mandeville High, a leader that maintains the right balance at the helm.
I guess the most important thing for me is, he cares. He cares about everybody in this building. The teachers, the students, the staff. You couldn't find a person, I think, more caring than him.
He's got all the qualities of a good leader, but behind it is that he cares. And that's what comes through as the most important part, so that you know that what he's doing is because he's concerned. He's concerned about the students, he's concerned about the faculty, he wants everyone to succeed.
A motivation that was born early in his career.
I think that was when I was a teacher. You love seeing kids, the light go off in their head that they were actually learning. And I think as an administrator, you love seeing kids being successful.
And this administrator has steered everyone on board toward that goal.
His leadership has brought more academic things to the school. So we have more AP classes, we have more dual enroll courses.
As he's moved into, longer into this role, we've changed some things and done some things differently and things that we think are better, for the school and the community.
Little wonder then that this ship's master was selected the district high school principal of the year.
Well, it's always nice to be recognized for your efforts. We have a lot of great principals in St. Tammany Parish, a lot of hard-working folks, and so, yeah, it feels real good to be recognized.
Yet this skipper knows all hands are needed on deck for such an accomplishment.
And I certainly have a great administrative team here at Mandeville High, and I think we have an awesome teaching faculty and awesome support staff. I don't think we could be as successful as we are without all of those people playing their role, doing their part.
On the bridge of the SS Mandeville High, Tiger Edwards, Channel 13.
The Teacher and Principal of the Year Award Program is an annual event designed to recognize and honor top-performing educators in the state. Once again, congratulations to them all. We'd also like to congratulate Sheriff Jack Strain, who received the school district's Community Connection Award recently. Watch now as we share with you what makes Sheriff Strain so deserving of this award. Long before Jack Strain was sheriff of St. Tammany Parish, he was a St. Tammany Parish public school system bus driver. And now, as sheriff since 1996, Jack Strain has kept not only the students, but the entire school system close to his heart. He has been the keynote speaker at Transportation In-Services, sharing with hundreds of bus drivers the importance of their jobs. Thanks to a strong partnership forged with the school district, Sheriff Strain works hard to help keep our students safe and our schools secure. He supports school safety initiatives that foster dialogue among schools, law enforcement, and the community. The strong partnership between the school system and law enforcement was no more evident than during the active shooter drill staged at Fontainebleau High that gave law enforcement the opportunity to practice their response in the event of an actual school emergency. He has contributed to and placed the authority of the Sheriff's Department behind numerous videos produced by Channel 13, such as the bomb threat video and the social networking safety video. Sheriff Jack Strain is indeed one of the biggest supporters of St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, who knows that safe communities and safe schools go hand in hand.
When I go to these superintendent meetings across the state and I share with them the relationships that we have with law enforcement, I share with them that, I got a call the other day from Sheriff Strain, or I was able to pick up the phone and call Sheriff Strain about an issue that we're dealing with. It's not like that everywhere in the state. And for us to have that relationship with law enforcement is extremely important and something that we're certainly blessed to have.
It is an incredible achievement in my mind to be recognized by the school system, by our superintendent. We take for granted so many things every day in our lives, and to recognize that the work that the school and the sheriff's office do together saves potentially lives and certainly gives parents peace of mind. So we're incredibly proud of the relationships that we've built, not only between the superintendent and myself, but the principals and the leaders of the sheriff's office. And we have a communications relationship that is second to none in the state.
The district also honored 2 principals for their dedication and leadership with the newly minted Educational Leadership Award. Superintendent Trey Foles presented 2 awards at the October principals meeting. Johnny Vetrano, principal at Fontainebleau High, was honored for his 16 years of outstanding educational leadership with the St. Tammany Parish Public Schools. Supervisor Byron Williams had the honor of announcing Vetrano as one of the winners.
I hired Mr. Vetrano as assistant principal with me at St. Tammany Junior High School. And I want him to know today that I've been learning from him ever since. Not just how to run a school, but I was fortunate enough at the time to be raising my children at a young age. I followed how he treated his wife, the way I treated my wife. So I thank my dad for giving me that advice, but I'd like to thank more Mr. Vetrano for teaching me a lot of things, not just how to run a school, but how to be a better father and a better husband.
Byron has been a big influence to me, and it's obvious his daddy was right. He learned from me, and then he moved on to much bigger and better things. So I want to thank you for this, and Byron, you're a great friend.
Pearl River High Principal Mike Winkler also received an award for over 16 years of outstanding educational leadership with the school system. Assistant Superintendent Pete Jabbia spoke highly of Winkler when presenting his award.
I don't know how many of you know Mike real well, but all you got to do is go to one of Pearl River High's graduations. And if you go to that, you'll see the love that those kids and teachers have for Mike Winkler.
I didn't get into this school system until I was 35, so I learned a lot about bosses, and I worked all my way through college. And I can tell you one thing, this is, as you probably know, the best place to work.
The Leadership Recognition Award is given at the monthly principals meetings in appreciation for a principal's contributions and dedication to the school system. We'd also like to congratulate defensive lineman Gerard McDowell from Covington High School, who has been invited to play in the Under Armour All-America High School football game. The American Family Insurance Selection Tour for the 2014 game came to St. Tammany to present McDowell with his honorary game jersey. Tiger Edwards was there for the handoff.
I'm proud to introduce the newest Under Armour All-American, Gerard McDowell.
A nice accomplishment that this student athlete felt he should share with others.
First of all, I want to thank my family and friends for coming to support me on this special event. And thank my teachers, my coaches, keep pushing me hard, to work even harder every day.
His coach knows McDowell must be a real good player to be one of the 90 players chosen among 2 million high school student athletes across the nation.
The easy thing is, you know, and you see it on Friday nights, the eyeball test tells you he is a great player. You know, he's got a great motor, he's got great instincts, he's got great technique. All the little things that it takes to get to this point here.
And he must play at a high level week in and week out.
I mean, we know how many good players there are just in our district. You know, and then you take it, you know, in a metro area, statewide, nationwide. I mean, it's a testament to the type of player he is, the type of person he is. So.
And in Louisiana specifically, high-level competition, and so to have a guy selected from the talent pool that you all have down here is a big deal.
Huge indeed when you consider that those chosen must meet other qualifications as well.
It's about the community, the classroom, and the football field. And you got to have that trifecta if you want to be an Under Armour All-American.
Little wonder then that this player stands out amongst his peers.
We're more proud of the type of person he is. He's an amazing teammate, you know, and his teammates to him come first. He has their best interests at heart.
Exactly the reason that McDowell has put his decision on college plans on hold.
I'm just taking my time with this, you know. It's once in a lifetime. And just worry about my team and winning games.
Tiger Edwards, Channel 13.
The 7th annual Under Armour All-America Game, which was created to spotlight the nation's top high school seniors, will be held on January 2nd, 2014. You can see Gerard in that game on ESPN 3 p.m. Central Time. Let's now head over to the PrepZone Minute, where Tiger Edwards brings us the latest on what's happening in prep sports. Tiger, what's on the agenda for today?
Thanks, Melody. We had some great games in the middle part of the PrepZone season, starting with District 6-5A opener between Covington and North Shore. Trailing 14-7, 2:09 to go in the game, Covington facing a 4th and 13 at the North Shore 30. Let's go to the highlights.
4th down for the Lions. They're going quads right. Savarese dropping, stepping up, delivers, complete, Blanks, steps out of the tackle, first down.
Great catch from Tyson Blanks. There was a fumble, but it went out of bounds. Covington retained possession and goes on to tie it at 14, where it ends in regulation. In overtime, the Lions scored first, added the extra point. North Shore then had their turn and scored on the first play. Then this all-important extra point.
Extra point attempt to come. Austin Dixon. He misses! Lions win!
Andrew Breland with a big block of the extra point. The Lions sneak out of Panther Stadium with a big district win. Next up, another District 6-5A game, this one between Hammond High Magnet School Tornadoes and the Slidell Tigers. Down 27-21, a minute 30 to go in the game. Tigers facing a 4th and 3 at the Hammond 41. Let's see what play Coach Larry Favre called.
Oh, it's a counter pass.
Oh, he's wide open. Oh, and it's caught inside the 15-yard line and down to the 10.
Wow.
Tyler Russell, the senior.
They saved a completion for the 120 mark.
That play fooled everyone. Nice catch by Tyler Russell. And so on the very next play, they give the ball to Montel Williams.
And you know what's looming out there? The missed extra point, the blocked extra point for Hammond.
No doubt about it. Rucker from under center, 108.
Counter.
Montel Williams, one step. In the ball.
Oh, wow.
In for a touchdown, Montel Williams.
Williams on the score, and then they add the extra point, putting them up 28-27. But then Hammond drives to set up this 41-yard field goal attempt from Cullen Sellers with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Last play of this ball game. 4 seconds left. Sellers for the win. for the Hammond Tornadoes. Snap, placement, kick, and it's blocked. It's blocked, and Slidell will come away with an incredible victory.
Wow. Woo! Tigers win, Tigers win. 2 one-point games in District 6-5A. That's why I like to call it the SEC of the North Shore. That's your Prep Zone Minute. Get out and see your favorite team, and when you do, look for us because you might be in the Prep Zone too. That's it from here. Melody?
Thanks, Tiger. We look forward to future Prep Zone Minutes right here on Channel 13. Along with keeping us updated on high school sports, Tiger Edwards also found the time to stop by a couple of important luncheons held by the school district. The first was held at the Treen Technology Center and was the annual kickoff luncheon for the United Way campaign for St. Tammany Parish Public Schools. Superintendent Trey Folse was on hand to welcome the site chairman.
Not only do we have a responsibility to give to others, but there are...
The United Way campaign at St. Tammany Parish Public Schools got underway with its yearly kickoff luncheon. Superintendent Trey Folse was on hand to welcome site chairmen and encouraged them to carry a message to their fellow employees about giving back to the community.
So these are your goals.
Mr. Folse had some help from retired Assistant Superintendent Bill Brady, who returned to work on this year's campaign.
Mr. Folse and I had spoken as I was nearing my retirement about possibly doing this, and I certainly have a great deal of love and a long-term relationship with the United Way.
This veteran administrator has seen firsthand the effect that the United Way has on his community.
Many of the people that receive services, those families are connected directly to our students, and I think that's why I always felt, I know people individually that I worked with, families that I was associated with, either through my, working as a principal or an administrator, that actually, it saved them, put them in a position to get their life back on an even keel.
And this is something the superintendent agrees with.
As you know, there's a lot of people in St. Tammany Parish that are in need at different times of their life, whether it be in their school setting or their home setting or in the community. So we have programs in place, and United Way funds many of those programs that benefit our school system. So in a lot of things we're giving to our community, but it's coming right back to our students.
This United Way kickoff luncheon is being held coincidentally on 9/11, now a nationally recognized day of service. Participation in the United Way campaign is an excellent example of service to others in our community.
People in this community are generous. They really are, and they're very supportive. So I know United Way appreciates everything we do, and we're happy to be a part of it.
The school board, over the past, I'd say 10, 15 years, has gone from like a $53,000 campaign to a $168,000 campaign.
All of this to reach out to those in need.
In St. Tammany Parish alone, last year, over 35,000 people applied for and received assistance from the United Way through its various agencies.
With the ability to touch so many lives, the employees of this school system play a vital role each year in funding the United Way.
I would like to encourage all employees of the St. Tammany Parish school system to step up this year like never before.
Tiger Edwards, Channel 13.
Since 1995, St. Tammany Parish Public Schools has raised over $1.5 million for the United Way. The next luncheon we'd like to share with you was held at the Brooks Curriculum Center in Slidell. It served as the backdrop for the community reception, welcoming minority educators to St. Tammany Parish Public Schools. Tiger Edwards was there to capture the highlights of this yearly event.
Thank you all for being here.
Superintendent Folse was on hand to welcome the new minority educators and to stress the importance of the district being there to help them to flourish in their respective positions.
We need them to be successful, so we need to make sure that we give them the resources they need, the support they need to be successful.
Which is one of the ways that this reception helps facilitate their transition into the school system.
We not only want to welcome them to our school system, but we want to welcome them to the St. Tammany community as well. So with the reception, the school system partners with the organizations in the community to host the reception for our new educators.
I think this is a great opportunity for new teachers into the district to get to know and to really have an intimate conversation with a lot of the district personnel and the community around them.
And when asked to share her words of wisdom with new educators, Arlena LeBlanc, principal of Mayfield Elementary, gave them some advice on how to start the school year off on the right foot.
The message that I wanted to get out to the new teachers was to take time, build relationships with your students, get to know them, because once they know that you care, you will have them for the rest of the year.
Good advice to a group that caught the superintendent's eye for their work experience and academic accomplishments.
HR people did a great job when you were hearing about all the people that we were hired. Very impressive resumes, and I think they're fitting in really well in our school system.
We are having a rich pool of educators. They're coming to us not only with their bachelor's degrees, but advanced degrees as well.
All of this to benefit our school children.
All the abilities that we bring to the table, all of our qualifications, all of our different life experiences make us what we are as a school system, and that's what we want everybody to do, to bring that to the table, use that to make sure that we do meet the needs of every child every day.
Tiger Edwards, Channel 13.
There were a total of 38 educators in attendance. They included teachers, administrators, graduation coaches, distant learning facilitators, and student teachers. Let's now head across the hall to where Rhett Sharpe is standing by to share with us what's trending in the school district. Rhett?
Thanks, Melody. Here's what's trending now in and around our school system. Mandeville Mayor Don Villery and officials with the Keep Mandeville Beautiful program appeared before the St. Tammany Parish School Board recently to commend student participation in this year's anti-litter campaign, an effort that won the local group the Most Innovative Program Award from the Keep Louisiana Beautiful organization. Area high school students from Mandeville, Fontainebleau, and Lakeshore were credited for conducting a highly effective anti-litter awareness campaign. Jace Noble, a 7th grader at Madisonville Junior High, received an honorable mention for his pencil drawing of a Louisiana egret at the Louisiana Wildfowl Carvers and Collectors Guild 2013 Student Art Competition. His work was shown at the Castine Center in Mandeville during the event. The Louisiana Music Educators Association has selected Paula Vickers, elementary music teacher at Mandeville Middle, as one of only 5 teachers in Louisiana who will be a recipient of this year's LMEA Award for Outstanding Young Music Educator. Paula is the first elementary music teacher ever selected for this honor and will be recognized at a ceremony in Baton Rouge. Superintendent Folse visited Folsom Elementary recently to read to the students during the annual Read for the Record event. He read the book Otis about a farm tractor who saves a calf in time for the fair. Each year, supporters attempt to set new records for reading the same book on the same day, and in the process, created a national forum for parents and community members to voice their support of early education. And that's what's trending now in St. Tammany. Back to you in the studio, Mel.
Thanks, Rhett. We'll check back with you during our next show. Let's now leave the studio and head over to Slidell, where students from Boyette Junior High visited with and read to students at Honey Island Elementary, Cypress Cove Elementary, and Little Oak Middle as part of their celebration of International Literacy Month.
Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggly tails began to disappear. The whole room swiveled around, and when it stopped, there stood Camilla.
Reading is fun.
Not only does it make you smarter and like you need it for anything that you want to do in life, it just helps you get through things.
It was curl up in a corner.
Good thoughts that these 7th and 8th graders brought with them to today's event.
Today we're hosting the Boyette Junior High students. They're reading to our classes some of their favorite books from childhood.
They will be reading to the younger students to spread their love for reading and their love for books, and they will be visiting some of their former teachers. So it's a very good opportunity for us to spread the message that we have a lot of people in the world who still cannot read. 32 million in the United States, to be exact.
A large number, which is one of the reasons why literacy is emphasized in our school district.
It's important for us to let little students know that reading is very important because we want them to have some great opportunities later on.
Reason enough to foster the love of reading, and what better way to pass along that message than to go back to your former school and share a book with the students there.
She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag.
I remember when they were here, little kids, we were just teaching them how to read, and now they're here being role models to our kids.
So to have some of our past students come back and read to their younger students is just awesome.
While reading to the younger students was amazing, this 8th grader realized the significance of her role in this activity.
It means that I'm paying it forward and I'm letting someone else know that reading is cool, because reading is always going to be cool.
At Honey Island today, what have we learned, children?
Reading is fun!
Tiger Edwards, Channel 13.
The 38 students from Boyette read to over 1,500 students, furthering the goal of International Literacy Month, which is to promote a passion for reading and writing. And now let's see what our Channel 13 broadcasting interns have been up to. Intern Rick O'Connell is on the set to share with us the latest. Rick?
Thanks, Dr. Swang. Along with assisting Channel 13 in various projects, we are also dual enrolled at Southeastern Louisiana University, earning college credit in broadcasting. Our latest assignment was a demonstration lesson. We chose to demonstrate how to tie-dye a t-shirt. Each intern had a job to do. Jake Ricker was the floor director, Maya Catanzaro was the talent, Robert Smith was on camera, Victoria Eberhardt operated the teleprompter, and I directed the project. If you want to check out the video, it's on Channel 13's YouTube page.
Thanks, Rick. We'll check back in the next show and see what else you all are producing. These young broadcasters come to us from across the parish. They travel to our studio here at the Treem Technology Center in Mandeville each day throughout the school year. You can view the latest intern video as well as the rest of our shows in numerous ways. We're on Charter Channel 13 on the North Shore, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, both North and South Shore, and also live streaming from our webpage. To find our broadcast schedule, just go to stpsb.org and follow the link to Channel 13. From our website, you can also watch our shows on our video on demand page. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube. Just search Channel 13 St. Tammany Schools. And finally, you can keep up with the latest happenings in St. Tammany Parish Public Schools by liking the district's Facebook page and following the school system on Twitter. So thanks for watching this edition of Chalk Talk. We'll return with another great show soon. Take care.